So I just arrived at Fairfield Independent Hospital in St Helens. I've come here for an MRI on my right knee because I've been getting some symptoms and some issues over the last 3 or 4 months. So with my knee, the symptoms that I'm facing are basically, nothing's bothering me in day-to-day life. Like, I'm not getting knee pain when I'm driving or knee pain when I'm sat down or anything like that, but it's when I'm going into any deep knee flexion. So whether it be a back squat, a lunge, you know, a machine, a knee extension, I've got restriction in the rec fem tendon that goes over the kneecap and a lot of instability. It feels like when I'm squatting, my knees gonna like collapse and just drop and I lose strength in that side. It's worse on dynamic movements. Like, I tried to do a little bit of dumbbell yesterday and it's really bad when I'm trying to explode because I just can't put enough force through it. I've been to a couple of different physios and spoke to a couple of different people that I know, and they're all giving me different directions that I could go in. A lot of them are saying it's like a stability issue and are prescribing rehabilitation-based exercises like the Poliquin step up and stuff like that. But I do that stuff all the time anyway. You know what I mean? I'm not stupid when it comes to my training. So instead of wasting 8 weeks trying this stuff that I'm already doing, I'd rather just get the MRI and find out what the fuck's going on. If it is something that I just need to up my rehabilitation exercises, I'll do that. But I just want to make sure and check it's nothing serious, because right now it's not a bad injury, it's not got excessive. But I feel like it's the start of a little fire, you know what I mean? There's a little flickle, a little flame flickle, and I don't want that to just fucking explode and turn into something major. So I'm trying to nip it in the bud, and that's why I've done this. Now in the UK, a lot of people will go through the NHS for this, but the problem with that is you'll end up on a waiting list for weeks and weeks and weeks, and eventually when you finally get your MRI and your results, you could have sorted that issue weeks before getting those results. So if you think there's something going on, there's multiple pathways you could go down to fix it. Like with the physios I'm speaking to, they're giving me all different rehabilitation exercises. Nobody really knows, it's all guesswork, and a lot of the times with physios, that's how it works. You got to go through the process, tick off certain things. Oh, it's not that, right, try this. It's not that, right, try this. So for me, I've gone to a website, it's uk.scan.com, I believe it is. I booked an MRI, it cost me £300. I booked it last Friday, Saturday today, so it's taking me 8 days to get in and get my MRI. Once I go in and have the scan, I will be waiting another week for the results. But as soon as I get that done, I will have invested £300 and got the results and full understanding of what's going on in my knee. The purpose of this video really is just to show you guys in the UK that it is literally that simple to get an MRI. People overcomplicate it. They think it's difficult. uk.scan.com, you literally click, for me I clicked right knee, booked it, 300 quid. They run me up the next day, told me where I needed to go, and like I said, I'm here now about to get the scan. Pretty simple, and as soon as it's done, I will know exactly what's going on with my knee and be able to take the appropriate course of action to get it fixed. Right, so I got the results back from the MRI the other day. I actually got it last week at the powerlifting comp on Saturday, so needed to get a few things out of the way before I kind of managed to sit down and decide what I'm going to do with it. I've spoken to a few people, because the thing when you get things like an MRI result, sometimes the things that you get back can kind of read bad and can make you panic, and that's kind of what happened to me. So the MRI results reveal I've got a tear in my ACL and my MCL. I've got some lateral shifting of the patella, fluid on the synovial membrane, and it did say what seems to be the onset of osteoarthritis as well, which was the kind of the thing that panicked me, to be honest with you. But I've spoken to a few people who know a bit more than me about knees, and apparently it's kind of something pretty common that they will put on an MRI result like that with quite a bit of damage to the knee, that there will be the chance of onset of osteoarthritis. So it's not a set in stone thing. That was the kind of thing that bothered me, to be honest with you. So in terms of the result, it was a bit worse than what I thought. My thought behind it was I probably had some kind of grade 2 tear in my ACL. Turns out there's other things going on as well in the MCL, and obviously the lateral shifting of the patella and stuff. However, having looked into it further, all these things kind of stem from the ACL and MCL issue. So realistically, all I need to do is do a rehabilitation program and proper reloading of the knee and make sure that I strengthen it through its full range and reload it properly and safely and at the correct pace, and should be totally fine. So it's going to be a little bit of a 6 to 8 week process, to be honest with you. But yeah, we're in a good time of the year to do this. My first competition is going to be in April, Northern England Strongest Man. So I've got plenty of time to get on with my rehab and get things back to 100% before I push to next year's Strongman season.